Mark, man. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, everything great, man. Everything great on this
Yeah,
end. Another
yeah,
great day for sports to talk about sports again. The
yeah.
Braves got it handed to him last night, man. The Dodgers beat the snot out of them, man. That was terrible, bro. We fighting for the last spot right now for the playoffs, man. It is. I mean, golly, from 0-9, we didn't even score a run, bro. That's that is terrible, man. But yeah, man. Yeah. What
Yeah,
about you, man? How things doing?
hey, I say, man, 50-50, man. Auburn. It was an unimpressive win this past Saturday. Then the Ravens, they don't know how to slide block for the best defensive player in game. But we'll get to it, bro. We'll get
Mm,
to it, man. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, man.
That's
Um,
it.
Hey man, let's kick this thing off with last night, man. The Falcons, you know what I mean. They fought back and beat the Eagles, which was a little bit surprising to me. Um, you know
Me
what I
too.
mean. It was the Eagles had that game, bro. They had that game. Saquon, especially on that bootleg. I think they should have ran the ball that third down. Because he was getting three. You know what I mean? About 3 yards a pop anyway down in that red zone, and it was 3rd and 3. I think you should have ran the ball on that one. But that was a good play call, bro, because you caught him off guard, bootleg. And you know what we always say? We grew up saying, hey, once the ball touch your hand, you're supposed to catch that. And he didn't catch it, bro. So, you know what I mean? Now you gave that man Kirk Cousins, which everybody's on his head, you know what I mean, time to go back and look Brady-ish last night, man. So, what's your recap on that game, bro?
Yeah, definitely. I thought the Eagles would have pulled it off, but shout out to the Falcons for
Yeah,
playing the
yeah,
game, a tough game, and sticking it in there.
yeah.
They stayed with the run. Bijan Robinson was running the ball like never before. So shout out to
Yep,
them for doing
yep.
what they had to do. Yeah, he dropped the ball and it definitely hurt him. In the most opportune time for him to drop the ball, that's what they needed. I mean that
Yeah.
would have sealed the game if he would have caught that ball at that point in time. I mean, that too. Now you can't put all of them on because one thing about me,
Oh,
I
no,
always
no,
talk
no.
about is defense. Now, so they had 1 minute and 34 seconds, which is a long time in football. To drive the
It's
ball
the
down the
NFL.
field and score. Yeah. So
It's for
and yeah,
NFL.
that 2 minute defense was terrible for the
Yeah.
Eagles. They got down the field so quick and so fast. I don't think nobody even predicted that, but that's what happens when you play that lackluster defense.
Mhm.
At the end of the game always, and just let them just sit back and throw the ball, for
Yeah.
40 and
Yeah.
50 and 15 and 10 yards. So
Yep.
I despise, I despise that defense, man.
So, hey, man. So I say this. Is a couple of things, man. You know what I mean. I ain't trying to be, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Couch coach. You know what I mean. Like you should have did this. Should have did this. It's a lot of things you can do. You know what I mean. Especially, when I have been in those situations, coaching and trying to figure out the best way to, you know what I mean, strategically keep us in this game and keep the ball out of their hand and use that clock against them. I first say that the ball should have been ran the third down. And to be honest with you, I think they waste. I don't even think they should have kicked the field goal, personally, because they was down. I mean, they was up three. Kicking the field goal, what that's going to do for you? Okay, you know what I mean. That's going to give you 3 more points, so you're up 6. They score a touchdown, kick an extra point, the game over just like it was last night.
Hmm.
So I mean, personally, Mark, I think you should have went for that fourth down. First of all, because you down there within that 5 yard line. You know what I mean? I think you should have ran
Hmm.
the ball or went for that. You know what I mean? I think you should have ran the ball fourth down again. And also, if you didn't get it, now what you did, you gave them the ball on 2 yard line. Now you put in a lot more pressure because that play design is a little different because
Right.
they ain't finna throw a deep ball on for the 2 yard line. You know what I mean? They're gonna throw a short route or they're gonna try to get some room. So now what that's gonna do? They already out of timeouts. They was out of timeout. So now you using the clock against them. You know what I mean? And also they're fighting to try to at least get some breathing room, get to that 5 yard line, that 7 yard, that 10 yard line to create some breathing room. that's going to waste time on the clock. I don't think a field goal ain't helping you, bro.
Right. And it really didn't. I mean, because as you see, I mean, if you're not up by a touchdown,
Yeah.
there's nothing to do. It's 6 points, and like you said, they defeated them with that touchdown that they scored. So the field goal really didn't help. I mean, it adds points to the board, definitely that. But in that situation, I definitely would have went for it on fourth down, like you said, and had their backs against the wall. If we didn't get it, your back would have been against the wall, and you would have had to fight out the end zone. So, I mean, I definitely would have went that route too myself. Like I said, it worked out for the Falcons, and it didn't for the Eagles. So, yeah, man.
That was a win that it kind of self-explanatory. That was a win that the Falcons needed because the new head coach, he got to get a win early. You know what I mean? To give that confidence and give that kind of relaxation for the head office. Like, all right, we might got the right guy. But also that hurts the Eagles because the same thing they did last year. They're messing the game up. I know AJ Brown, he was out that game. That's a big blow too. But also, they should have kept feeding Saquon Barkley because that man was gaining, bro. He was turning nothing into at least 5 to 6. You know what I mean? When they was in their red zone, he was still getting them 3 yards a pop. And in the red zone, that's what you want because you are trying to milk the clock. They don't have any timeouts. Now they just walk that thing 90-some yards down the field with no timeouts.
A terrible defense. I'm talking about horrible defense. Yeah, man. Don't get me started on that. Yeah.
So that was. I would say that game. I mean, you agree with me for not, but I would say that game was the Eagles lost that game, not necessarily the Falcons beat them. The Eagles beat themselves on that game.
They definitely did. I mean, but to march it down, 90-something yards with 143 yards, 100. I mean, a minute and 43 seconds. That's definitely telling.
Yeah. I mean, Mark, remember what I told you? We talked about this at the beginning of the season, and we were talking about the Eagles. I said the Eagle went downhill bad last year. Even those wins that they was winning wasn't like wins that like, man, they still look rough. They just ain't got exposed yet. Then they had 2 big-time players retire. They had Fletcher retire off their defensive line, and they had Kelsey retire from the center. They center, as of right now, replacement center, he's doing good. You know what I mean? And Kelsey's in the building every day, also helping them out. He ain't just leave them high and dry. So he's getting coached all right. That defense was struggling with Fletcher last year, and he's gone. He's retired. And it looked like he retired, bro. It looked still bad.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't too good of a defensive play calling. Like I said, that they did as far as like their last 2 minutes goes. They definitely could have played a better defense all around. Like I said, just instead of sitting back there letting them throw the ball all the way down the field in the last 2 minutes, under 2 minutes. So, but yeah, their defense looked a bit under par. Definitely.
And that cornerback that got the Slayer. Boy, he got routed up, bro. He got when I say routed up, like it was like routed up and also lack of effort because he got beat on he bit down on that quick end, knowing that if you watch film enough, they like to do double moves. So he bit in and then came back out. And that's thing when he came back out, he was 5 yards separated already. That's bullshit.
Yeah. He showed. I mean, but you should know in man. They were in man. Here we go again on the goal line. It was terrible, dude. I definitely wouldn't have been in no man at that point in time because you could have stopped that if you just would have sit back in a little prevent or a little zone at that point in time. Not necessarily a prevent, but a zone. And shut that down. But all your help is in the inside when you're in man like that. So you know what I'm saying. You play outside in. So.
So if you playing man that close, hell, jam him. Like he didn't even jam him. He dropping back like he got 30 yards to go, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You ain't gonna get burnt because you within, you know what I mean? You within 10 yards, bro. You ain't gonna get burnt. You're gonna get beat by a move. You're gonna get beat by not getting their hands on it and then closing that distance off. You know what I mean? He didn't even go through, he went, dude, he looked the safety off and went right to his move, right to his that outside throw, knowing that he's gonna be open because he's biting on a double move. He already given too much cushion. Come on, man. If you're gonna play man jam.
Right. I mean, definitely. You already giving them all their space.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
you give him a whole end zone length of space.
And that's crazy. Like as soon as he took 2-3 steps, he was in the end zone at that point in time. So I mean, like I say, jam him, play up in his face, or do
Yeah.
something.
God,
Don't just give him a free reign.
Oh my God, man.
But yeah.
So, but yeah, man, let's talk about some more NFL matchups that happened, man, this past weekend, man. Cause it was a lot, bro. It was a lot.
Tell me about it.
You know, we'll you know, both our teams, like, you know, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and your team, the Cowboys, and so we'll start out with Jared's world. You know what I mean? Alvin Kamara, he came from the school that you wearing on your hat. You know what I'm saying? And
no, this is
I don't know
Atlanta.
if Nick Saban was calling him. Oh, that's Atlanta Brave. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if he talked to Nick Saban. He got a pep talk for him, but the man went berserk on the Cowboys. And what have I said about the Cowboys linebackers? Man, you cannot be having doggone 190-pound soaking wet linebackers talking about stopping the run, bro. They can't get off a block, man. That's going to the second level. So,
man, our defensive line, we were just getting blowed off the ball the whole game. Like I said, the run fits are terrible, horrible. Nobody's getting over the top. You know, we getting outflanked to the outside. It was just horrible, man. At the same time, and everybody we're going to play in the NFC has a run game just like this. It was Christian McCaffrey to the Eagles. Everybody we play will have a run game. Yeah, so I mean, we just got blown
from the Rams.
Yeah, we got blown off the ball the whole game, man. It was horrible just to sit back and watch. And then they made no adjustments. It's like we're like, where is your your kahunas at? You know, nobody is trying to make a play. I mean, no, man. I don't know. I mean, and we didn't bring Mike Zimmerman in to do that because that's the same problem we had last year as far as like trying to stop the run. So we didn't bring you in to do the same thing at this point in time, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, hey, you're gonna be in the hot seat yourself, Mike Zimmerman. If you don't get that fixed, and that's why they kept putting the camera on him yesterday during the game. It looked like him and Mike McCarthy had a little back and forth talk during the game too, because it's like, man, come on now, what are we doing at this point in time? Yeah, you just got Mike. You got Michael Parsons just blitzing, man. He's just blitzing, and he's not participating in the run game. To stop the run game at this point in time. You just have him coming off the edge. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like I said, at that point in time, Alvin Kamara, he's running all over your defense like that. You have to make some type of adjustments, man.
Mm-hmm. And Mark, this firsthand. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, they supposed to complement each other. But when stuff ain't going right, they go at each other. Like, you know what I mean? If it's a whole bunch of 3 and outs, who you think gonna become the diva come like, dog, bro, can you give my guys a break, man? Can y'all, you know what I mean? Can y'all slow this down? You know what I mean? Then vice versa. If defense can't stop nobody and the offense is, you know what I mean, struggling, trying to catch up, is always vice versa. And that's probably what that beef was, man. You know what I mean? Because you got an offensive guy going at a defensive guy, man. So, hey, man, we ain't balanced right now. I mean, they could stop Alvin Kamara. I mean, bro.
The man just ran all over our defense. And like I told you yesterday, man, it was 3rd and 5. And our linebacker, he backing up. As soon as the ball says height, you know what I'm saying? As a linebacker, you read run first. To pass.
You learn that at 5-year-old, 6-year-old. You read run first, and then you go back into your coverage.
He just bagging up, man, and getting blown off the ball. It's too late. Football. Football at that level. You take 1-2 steps, a misstep, it's over.
It's over.
Yep. So, and that's exactly what happened.
Recover from it.
No, not at all. Not at all. And we didn't. The whole game don't seem like it. It was terrible, man. It was terrible to watch. Like I said, Dak missing throws out there. Now, some of not all of it was his fault. One of the interceptions wasn't his fault. The receiver fell down, but Dak missed some throws, man. I mean, some simplistic looking
Hey,
throws.
man,
At that point in time, you
that's,
got to score,
that's
man.
a $50 quarterback, man.
So, man, it shouldn't have got a dime of it. Yeah, you already know how I feel about it. Yeah, man, he didn't. He missed on the flare out. I mean, out the backfield, just a flare out. Man, at that point in time, dog, you know what I'm saying? If our defense is not holding up, you seen games where the defense hold up and the offense doesn't, or where the offense holds up and the defense doesn't. So the defense is not doing that great, but you
They
can
fit
go down there.
offense.
You can go down there and score. You know what I'm saying? Here, let's keep the game close. The score was 44 to what? 19, whatever. It was
44-19.
terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, it was terrible. So and
Kamara
that,
showed 4 touchdowns.
and I know I bet it's gonna be some issue between what Dak said, because he said our defense really ain't help us out today. I know it's gonna be some issue because if I'm on the defense, you better shut up.
Yeah. You gonna
Yeah, you ain't do nothing either.
And more, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Kamara didn't have high rush yards, man. High rush attempts, carries. He only had 20 carries, which is, you know what I mean? That's about a normal running back amount of carries that they're playing him. He had 20 carries, 115-yard rushing.
And it looked like he ran over the defense
He
the
like he
whole
ran
game. You can't tell me he ain't had 50 carries. It was horrible to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was terrible. And we don't have no run game ourselves. Yeah. Thank you, Jerry, for passing on Derrick Henry and gave him to y'all. Gave him to the Ravens when we needed them. We got a back in there who 5'2", 127 pounds. And we got old Ezekiel back there. Ezekiel slow as I don't know what. Slow as mayonnaise running. And he, man, I don't know, man. I can't do this. I can't do that this year, man. I am not gonna do that this year. I'm telling you, if I got to cut the game off and go cut grass, that's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, that grass might be dormant soon, bro.
Well, look, I'm gonna do something. I go watch the car.
Hey, man. Hey. So one game we did talk about when I told you, I said, man, I think it's gonna be a tight game, which is the Bucks and the Lions. What I said I said, man, man, I give it to the Bucks, but it's gonna be tight, man. It's gonna be tight. And it was. The Bucks won 2016. That was a tight game, bro. You know what I mean? That was that both of them was kind of balanced teams. You know what I mean? Both of them, they both run, they both pass. Both of them kind of got similar play styles, a lot of bootlegs. You know what I mean? They want to establish the run first and all that type of stuff. So that was a well balanced game. You know what I mean? It could have went either way on that one.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good game, and yeah, we both said that could be a sleeper game, and it was, and the Bucks came out and handled business at that point in time. So yeah, shout out to the Bucks, man. Definitely, I think the Lions are definitely still one of the best teams in the league right now, hands down. But the Bucks just showed what they had too.
Yep. Also, you know what I mean? We were talking about what was it? The Vikings and the 49ers, and that was a surprising win by the Vikings. But I say this, when we did our last recording and talked about this, Deebo wasn't hurt.
Right.
And CMC was still hurt, but we didn't know he was going on IR. That's another piece. I don't.
Yeah, it was like 3 teams that lost that were like 6-point favorites. It was y'all, the Ravens. I think it was 2 more teams I can't remember. The one you just said.
Oh, the Browns and the Jaguars. We talked about that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I was real surprised by the 49ers, but they got a lot of missing pieces, man. They got some key pieces missing. Key pieces missing. Especially with CMC being out. They went on to put him on IR, so that's a 4 games at least that he's going to be gone. So we're gonna see. And then with Deebo out, they should be glad that they still got IU because they really been in a shitstorm with that one. So I think they're gonna figure out, man. But I was surprised by the Vikings winning that game the way they did. I mean, it was 23-17, but it looked a lot worse than what the score showing. And then Baltimore, I'm still hot about that game.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened, man? Let's talk about it.
Man, so Mark, bro, when you got a game changer, bro, we ain't gonna go through this game manager and a game changer, but a game changer, um, Matt Crosby. Why is he one-on-one without a tackle and he's disrupting the whole game?
The
Um,
whole game.
we got it's schemes for that. I mean, Monkey, you are a good offensive coordinator. Please throw out everything that you did at the University of Georgia. That do not exist right now. That do not exist in the NFL. Um, you are learning. You might run these plays that you run at Alabama where you go one on one, or I mean at Georgia and you go one on one with somebody. Nah, bro. It's a reason why Aaron Donald complained about the Eagles being the hardest team. He said, I was getting triple team 99% of the time of the game, every time I play the Eagles. Yeah, because what he said, Jason Kelsey told me, we're not about to let you disrupt the game. Dude, he's at the edge. You can slide, man. You got audible to slide your line to this dude. We got a 250-pound back. He could come chip this dude for 2 seconds and then go out to the flats. I
Put the
mean,
tight end. I'll
yeah,
offset it.
man,
Put the tight
come
end
on,
over
bro. Why is he, bro? He had his way with this dude. Think about this, Mark. We talked about this during, I think it was during training camp time. We had an episode, and I forgot who the Raiders played in a joint practice, and they had to take. They said, "Ask Matt Crosby, can you not play anymore during the joint practice because he was jacking up the game. He was jacking up the practice because he was in the backfield every time." And this the same dude that you going one-on-one with your tackle. You don't got Trent Williams on that side, bro.
there. Yeah, that's Max Crosby, and Max Crosby is the best defensive end in the game to me. At this point in time, so yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about,
Bro,
and a lot of people said Ty Monkey had a bad game, play calling game.
bro,
Um,
it's getting worse, man, because you jacked
it
up
better not. It better
you
not.
jacked up the dog on AFC game. Now this is happening. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That right there. That right there. I mean, look at how he ended the game, man. You know what I mean? With him sacking dog on Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
He was one-on-one with the tackle. He's beat him with a move, and he's in your face.
Yeah,
Nobody chipping him. Nobody's going for his legs. Nothing. Come on, man.
yeah, that's crazy,
Come
man. That,
on,
that,
man.
that that's definitely crazy. And then for them to say, they brought Derek. They said we didn't bring Derrick Henry and to give the ball to him 30 times a game. Why not? Who wouldn't give it to a 30
Yeah,
times a game?
I mean,
What?
because if you obviously he's been doing that all his life. I mean, in high school,
Easy.
he was running 50 times a game. They didn't even have a pass game.
College, he did the same thing. He
Yeah.
did the same thing at the Titans. I don't. What you brought him in for? To block, and if you did, you didn't use them yesterday
No.
with blocking.
Oh my God, bro. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
good gracious, man. I was so furious, man. I'm like, bro, you're not even helping this offensive tackle out. I mean, at the left tackle, bro, call for help. Like, bro, nah, slide this way. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Like
Like,
what was they thinking all week? You game playing all week. I
I know
know
you
you've
seen
been
it on
watching.
film.
I know you've been watching this man on field kill. He does the same thing every game. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, like that. We both didn't have great week twos
Yeah,
this
man.
week,
This
but
this this is horrible, bro. Man.
mm,
Hey, now, what did I tell you last week about the Cardinals and the Rams? I said, hey, I won't be surprised by the Cardinals win this game. You know what I mean? But also, you know what I mean, Kyler Murray ate his words. He said, hey, it ain't my job to force the ball to, you know what I mean? Hey, you see what happens when you get this man the ball.
Of course. You're gonna shut out.
I don't know what else the quarterback's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like you got a playmaker. You need to get him the ball. You got a game changer, bro.
Yeah.
He was born into that. That was his life. You know what I mean? His dad was the top NFL wide receiver.
I'm sure they talked about it. I'm sure they went back to the film, the offensive coordinator, head coach. They talked about it because the last game they showed on him running down Marvis Jr. He running down the field with his hand up.
Yeah, I say this. You know what I mean? Like the pictures of that didn't do him justice. Because obviously Kyler Murray, he's the shortest quarterback in the NFL.
He looked at him,
and he was rolling to the other side. So I don't know where I don't know if he can see him, bro.
At him.
hey, you know when he's standing next to everybody, he disappears because you can't see him no more. You know what I mean? He 5'3", you know what I mean? 125 pounds, like you said. I don't know if he can see him or not, bro.
Man, he's seen that man. He's seen that man running down the field with his hands up. That's park ball. That's street ball there. Yeah, at that point in time. Yeah, you better give him the ball and continue to get him the ball all game long, all year long.
Hey, let's talk about these last two games, man. Big controversy. The Chiefs and the Bengals. You know that penalty they call. You know what I mean. Everybody taking pictures. They making photoshops of the referees dressed in, you know what I mean, red and yellow, and they referee because they want to Pat Mahomes to win. Did you see that game, man?
That was a pass interference, man.
It was.
It was a clear pass interference. Why would you even do that on 4th and 16? I mean, you jumped all on his back. You trying to stand on his shoulders like it's the parade or something.
Yeah.
Why would you even do that at that point in time, man? Because if you would have played defense, if you would have played skill defense like you're supposed to, and not run and jump all on the man like that, you'd have been all right. It was a clear pass interference. I mean, what you want the ref to do? The ref did his job at that point in time. They blow the game. You basically just blow the game at that point in time. It was 4th and 16 with 48 seconds to go. It was just a terrible defensive call. Defensive play. You know, where's your practice at? Where's your skill at? Then you run it from across the top. It's not like you got beat on the route. So if you would have went in, went in under control and swiped for the ball or something, it probably would have been you made a play on the ball, make a play on the ball, like the coach would say. They just got to live with them. And the crazy thing, it's tough though because the Bengals outplayed them the whole game. They really did.
I think that's what's driving the fans to be more upset about this game. Is because of that.
Yeah. It hurt. I know that hurt. I could see it on Burrows and Jamar's face. That hurt. That loss hurt. Yep. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah. And boy, you know how how everybody when they first play their first game at the next level, you know what I mean? You told me about when you had like welcome to college football moments, you know what I mean? You got people that get that NFL, like what's your welcome to NFL moment? You know what I mean? It can be good or bad or whatever. Caleb Williams got his welcome to the NFL moment that facing that doggone Texas defense. Boy. Yes, Caleb Williams, bro. The throws that you did at USC playing against them doggone non-defensive teams do not work in the NFL.
Not against D'Amico Ryan's defense. Not at all.
Hey, he wouldn't have got away with them throws in the SEC playing against SEC team if he'd have played about 4 or 5 SEC teams in throughout the year. He wouldn't have got those throws off. But you playing against them doggone New Mexico States, you know what I mean, and doggone North Dakotas and all that type of stuff. Yeah, you get those throws off. Bruh. There is not. First of all, you ain't about to get them cross-body throws like that. You're not Pat Mahomes. And he don't even do it like that. You know what I mean? Nah, he doing it if they cutting across. You know what I mean? And they got some separation. You don't try to over their head. Nah, off balance. That's not going to happen. Second of all, bro, you need to get out of bounds, man. Because right now they're gonna clean your clock, man. Them linebackers, right? They hungry. You know what I mean? They feel like a quarterback game. Y'all just taking food off their plate. Nah, they not about to. He up there still faking get out of bounds, and no, but they gonna come through you. They gonna go through you. They gonna lay their wood on you, bro. Hey, you gonna be like Tua, get a concussion protocol. Don't do it, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Stop.
You better stop. You better stop. You better stop, bro. Hey, them dudes is them linebackers in the NFL, they for real. I'm just going ahead and tell you right there, and they fast.
They head hunting.
They head hunting, bro. They head hunting. You know what I mean? And that's what I personally think. And you know what I mean? He might be years and years before he say that, but you can tell how frustrated he was because they kept putting the camera on. His face is like it was a deer in the headlights look, man. Like, what am I seeing? They were disguising. They sending blitzes at him at different angles. You know what I mean? Delayed blitzes. And then next thing you know, like he was completely confused. And then when now I'm gonna say he was making some great moves. You know what I mean? Avoiding them sacks, getting out the pocket. But then also, what you think is open is not open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not that pocket, that hole closes, that space closes up so fast in the NFL.
Hey, so you know what I mean? Like I forgot what quarterback. I think it was Traded Bridgewater because I think he said something about it when I think I showed a clip when he was like going out there, you know, being a quarterback for his high school team and teach them how to walk. You know what I mean? Do a 2-minute roll. So he was just out there they full play, but he just out there, you know what I mean, calling the plays that they were about to do, and he was up there working it. But he was also like, hey, people overthink high school football. They think you got to do so many drastic plays, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, he also said, man, the difference between like high school, he said people look at it, all right, if you got to be this far apart from a DB and a wide receiver, this is open. He said, NFL, this is open.
Yeah, that's real.
You leading them open. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna ever be an open window. It ain't gonna ever be just a blatant open window like you see at high school at certain level, some games at college. He said, nah, man, everybody's covered. And everybody's disguising.
That's why accuracy matters in the NFL as far as throwing the ball. Yeah, because you can't be a second too late or you know, too fast. You have to put the ball in certain windows. That's why they call them windows, because you have to put it in that certain space at that certain time.
Yep. So I personally think Caleb, he got his welcome to the NFL moment facing that Texas team. That was like, for you and me, like, we love defense. That was a defensive, like, everything you can show somebody how to play defense. That's how you play it right there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He definitely got his first taste of experienced defense.
And I'm a little nervous now because that right there, that gave their defense motivation, bro. They was already good and young. Now they give them motivation, bro. Hey, if you on a test schedule, bro, they turned up right now.
Mm-hmm. But you know, like we say, you know, once we get film on somebody, you know, this Caleb's first year. Once you get film on somebody, hey, you know, and they go to figuring out your ways, you know, be on the lookout.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say this, Mark. You know what I mean? I know this so early to say, and I'm not gonna compare. Like I'm throwing the Super Bowls out of there. But I'm gonna say this, like, you know how Bill Belichick, great defensive mind person. You can say the Patriots always had a great defense. You know what I mean, under Bill Belichick. Miko Ryans, he's the same way. Head coach, very defensive mind, and a defense is like that. He can be that. He can get to that caliber. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about Super Bowls and all that. I'm talking about just caliber of maintaining defensive level of football that should be played at this level. I'm comparing him to him on that mindset of how a defense is supposed to be ran.
Yeah, I mean, D'Amico Ryans' name is well known in the NFL already for his
Yep,
defensive schemes and how he played and,
yep,
how he coached at 49ers, under them, definitely going into championships and Super Bowls. So,
yep.
yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the young defensive greats at this point in time, um, with that mindset. And to be a head coach is definitely on another level.
Yeah.
So I love to see it. I love to see what he's doing
Hmm.
at this point in time. But he definitely has that mind of this day and age's defense, how it should be ran,
Hmm.
against West Coast offenses at this point
Yep,
in time. So
yep, yep,
yeah,
yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. He has the golden playbook, man, for it.
Yeah, he do. He do. Hey, man. So why did the Panthers bench Bryce Young?
The Panthers need to bench the Panthers. It is not Bryce Young's fault, man. I don't know what they thinking about. So they think they finna put Andy Dalton back there, and that's going. So is that going to change that terrible line that they have?
Mm-mm.
Is it going to change the defense? Huh? Is it going to change them stopping the pressure from a
Nope,
quarterback
nope,
that a quarterback is getting?
nope, nope.
No, yeah.
It
I
ain't gonna make
mean,
the wide receivers get open. It ain't gonna make the wide receivers get on the same
exactly,
music. Um,
exactly.
I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
only thing I can think of them bitching him is to save him, save their asset.
And that's what I said. That better be the reason why. That
Because
better be the reason why that they doing it. Because I mean, you just told the man too. You just said Sunday that he was going to still be a quarterback, and then you
yep,
switch it up, almost less than 24 hours later, and say
yeah,
that they're going to
it
put
gotta
Andy
be
Dalton.
saved.
That better be the only reason that y'all putting him in is to save him at this point in time.
Yep.
Because, like we said, it's definitely not the quarterback. I don't want to hear about his quarterback rating and QBR, which is not good, but all that's based on team stats too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That all comes with that too. So
I
yeah.
I, I say this, Mark, man.
And I mean,
With them,
how much are the tickets?
man, they should be free now, bro. They got to be free, man. They was doing 2 for 180. They were not even 180. I'm talking about 2 for $1.80. I mean, you getting charged more in service fees to charge for that game than you actually got to pay for that game, man.
Right.
Um,
That
so
that
I
reminds me that reminds me of an ATM machine down here in the hood where you can get $3 out. You can get $3 out the machine, but it's gonna charge you $3.50 to get it. Yeah, that's exactly what you said. You're gonna pay more in taxes than you for the ticket.
yeah,
They,
yeah.
they they have to do something because if you charging that much for tickets, the program is plummeting, the team is plummeting, and at some point in time, I mean, it's like any business. You're gonna be more up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be upside down in your
Yeah, yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I say this, Mark, man. You'd have heard me say this not in reference to the Panthers, but you know what I mean. In reference to Auburn when they have a bad season, man. And I be hot. I be like, man, I want everybody gone. That's how the Panthers should feel right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't. I mean, is it the organization? Because they fire coach after coach. So at this point in time, okay, so that means it's either GMs, it's your VPs.
So they've been through seven doggone head coaches, including interim head coaches. And so I say this. And the reason I brought that up by me, you know what I mean, as far as like you heard me say this. What I say, man, when everybody go, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about ball boys, the people, your seamstress people for uniforms, your equipment people. You gotta doggone light up sage in there. You gotta get everything out of there. You need to bring all your local pastors in there to pray over this whole facility, to pray over everything with the Panthers to get whatever demon spirit out of there, man, because they look horrible. That is God didn't send us to watch that. You know what I mean? That look bad, bro. That's bad, man. So you blame it on Bryce, you taking the easy way out. So Hopefully they try to say, hey man, we know we bad. We paying to protect you. We gave up a lot to get you. That's the only reason why. Because everybody got to go, bro. Everybody got to go. I'm talking about even the doggone lawn people that maintain the practice yards and the stadium. They need new contracts. Get if you was employed by the Panthers this year, you are no longer employed no more after this year. That is a massive layoff and start from scratch, bro.
Yeah, man, because I don't know what it is. I mean, how many more people can you fire? How many more coaches can you fire at this point in time?
It's fancy coaches, bro. Even the person that answered the phone, like, thank you for calling the Carolina Panthers. How may I pass your call along? How can I transfer your call? You fired. Everybody gone, bro. Everybody. Everybody got to go, man.
I'm starting to get. Is it the climate? What is it, man? I mean, everybody got fired. Like, what is it? What else can be changed up there? I don't know, man. It's gonna take some Saban-esque type of, you know what I'm saying, change to come to that type of program.
Yeah, man.
But
Everybody
they need
it. Man. Everybody got to go, bro. Everybody got to go. But yeah, man, we switch gears, man. To college, man. And one thing about college, man, we talked about that. I love college for I love any NFL game, and some things we called out last week, and things I even said on it. I told you one thing I did say on our last episode. Hey, Georgia, Kentucky, man. I said, hey, man, that might be a tight game. I said Georgia gonna win, but I don't think it's gonna be no landslide. Didn't I say that, Mark?
Yeah,
I said it. I said it. And you were like, you sure? And what was it? 13-12.
Yeah, they barely got out of there.
They barely got out of there. Also, you know what I mean? Everybody's starting to get into they this coming up week. Kind of get into their matchups and whatever they real conference matchups and not to pay for play games. But I mean, also one game I was watching, man, was LSU and South Carolina. Boy, Brian Kelly got out. He escaped that game, man. He escaped it. He was
to the refs.
He was praying to somebody that the Panthers need to pray for.
They paid the refs. They slipped the refs some money on the side. Because on that pass play where they said the receiver, they call it offensive, they said it was blocking down the field.
Yeah.
The cameraman couldn't even find what they were talking about. Like, what's the problem? What happened? Man, I'm talking about, boy, they got out of there. They got out of there by the skin of their teeth. Because that definitely was a terrible and horrible call. Yeah, South Carolina should have won that game. But at the same time, that was a terrible call. But at the same time, you got to play defense. You can't sit there and let them throw a 30-yard corner out too, and get down on the 4-yard line at the same time. Like a lot of people say and a lot of coaches say, one play doesn't win or lose the game. It can definitely help out. Yeah. But at the same time, you got to play defense, man.
Yep.
And then at the same time, they was up 17-0.
Exactly.
Blew the lead. So
it blew the lead. Yep, exactly. I mean, another game I told you. I'm pointing out all my wise man talks from last week.
You don't never tell them about the bad ones, though.
Hey, man. So, what did I say about that Boston College and Missouri game? I said Missouri gonna pull it out. But I said it's gonna be a dog fight. I said I want to see how Boston really look. But I said Bill O'Brien's coaching them. I said they look pretty good. But I said I gotta really see them, but I don't see no landslide. Hey, Missouri won that thing 27-21.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a tight game too.
Yep,
it really was.
Yep, man. I try to throw all the bias out of it. I try to see what they play like. You know what I mean? Because you beat a team first game that's a play-for-play game, 70-0. Now I want to see really that it's going to get exposed, but I want to see what the deficiencies is. They just didn't know how to explore them. You know what I mean? But I want to see how you play. Boston College is a kind of balanced team, man, and I seen a spring game. I don't know how they spring game. And remember, I even told you that. I said, man, I don't know why they spring game on TV, but it's probably because of Bill O'Brien. But they was looking decent, bro. They were looking decent. They were like a balanced team. I ain't saying they no college playoff team at all. That ain't what I'm saying. But I can see them causing havoc a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
This, you know what I mean. The rankings getting in that top 25. I don't see them getting above 15 this year at all. But that's a great path for Boston College, man. You know what I mean? They're a little sleeper team, I call them. But yeah, bro. It was some great matchups, man. But this upcoming week, that's when stuff start, bro.
Yep.
That's what's. And you know what the Thursday game is, right?
We're getting to the thick of things.
You know who the Thursday game is?
College, right?
For college, you know who that Thursday game is?
Who is it?
South Alabama, App State.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a real good game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be one for TV now. Definitely.
Yeah. And then you got
Let's
some
go
Friday.
South.
You got 3 Friday games. Stanford playing Syracuse, Illinois is playing Nebraska. I think they're gonna be a pretty game. San Jose and Washington State. But then we're gonna go to that Saturday. That Saturday start off noon, boy, between Clemson and NC State. NC State ain't been looking good. They ain't been looking. Yeah, Clemson. But you know they keeping Clemson on the rankings. But they ain't looking good. You know what I mean? Especially NC State. Florida got to play Mississippi State. That's going to be a. Let's talk about the Florida, bro. I don't know how he still got an office right now.
Yeah, me
I don't know how he still got an office. I thought they would at least close the doors and change the locks and put him in a cubicle to let him know, hey, you that close to being out the door. But I guess this week gonna tell it. We're gonna find out. Yeah, I'm a little surprised by they sticking around. So I think they might be sticking around. I think we said it, man. I think he might be sticking around because they're trying to figure out who they're gonna replace him with. That might be it. Auburn got to play Arkansas. Is Hugh Freeze gonna figure it out? We're gonna find out because you already know I got a fire Hugh Freeze shirt waiting for him.
I don't know why, man.
Nah, he getting close, but it's a good matchup about to happen, bro. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about Tennessee or Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one. Who you think is for real? Do you think Tennessee for real or Oklahoma for real?
Oh yeah, definitely Tennessee is everything that they said they would be. Tennessee is definitely prolific in their passing with their offense. Definitely the defense looked pretty good too as well. I just got to see more out of Oklahoma. I don't know. They did all right against Tulane. But I definitely just have to see a little more from them and see.
Yeah, we got to see them in conference play. We did history in the last 2 years with Tennessee in conference play, and they scared both of us. You know what I mean? We don't got enough data on Oklahoma yet for SEC play.
Right. And this is their first SEC game.
Yep.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna. It's gonna be a telltale game at this point in time.
Yeah.
So it could get ugly for Oklahoma. I can tell you that. If they don't match up defensively against Tennessee's offense, it could definitely get ugly for them. But it should be a good game. It definitely is going to be. It's the college game day game, so
yeah.
There's going to be a lot of eyes on this one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got something else for you, bro. So who gave? I ain't gonna say. I'm watching my words very carefully, but who we talked about when y'all played Alabama played this certain team that their defense looked real good. They just can't last 4 quarters, and you went on record saying it. South Florida. Guess who they play this week?
What they got?
Miami.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do got Miami this week.
That's a 7 p.m. game too. people might look at, oh man, Miami gonna win it. Hey man, you didn't watch South Florida there. You see that's the difference between just fan base and people that actually watch the game. South Florida ain't right, but they actually a well coached team.
Very well coached team. They got a whole bunch of SEC coaches on their staff. So that's definitely
Yep.
why. Like I said, the head coach came from under Tennessee. So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I
Yeah.
definitely would say that. As far it'll be a game to actually push Miami.
Mm-hmm.
See where
Mm-hmm.
they at. I definitely think Miami will pull it off.
Oh yeah, I think Miami. I don't
Yeah,
think on a landslide though.
right. No, I think they'll definitely show what they have. South Florida's a good team, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, you still got some mediocre games out there, but I'm gonna tell you another game I'm interested in. I ain't high on them, like I said, I ain't high on Boston College, but they gotta play Michigan State. I think that's gonna be that progression to start beating these teams that Michigan State ain't ranked, but beating these teams that kind of always got a history of good programs.
Right.
I think you know what I mean. So I'm gonna look at that. That's an 8 o'clock game on the ACC network. So I think it's gonna be a pretty decent game, man. But man, that's we talking about college, man. It's this dude I'm a little nervous about, man. And he in our conference in the SEC. So I gotta talk about him, man, because I text you some key words. I said a mobile Manning is a problem for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his dad posted. Cooper Manning posted that. Yeah, he definitely got his running from his mama. Yeah, it skipped a couple generations because Eli wasn't a runner, Peyton wasn't a runner,
Yeah.
but Archie
Yeah,
was the man.
Yeah.
If you watch, if you watch any of like Archie old films, anything, Archie was running like back in the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about cutting running, stuff you really ain't see back then, and that's why he was a game changer. So, definitely it looks like he gets that from his granddad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. That's a I know what I mean. Obviously, Texas. I can't put too much weight on the competition they played, but I say this: either or, he showed what he's doing, bro. Like he's making the right throws and he's making that RPO look real good. He's running that more very great, making the right decision because just because you're an RPO team, RPO team, that means you know how to run the RPO correctly because you supposed to pull the ball at certain points. Your reads got to be correct. You know what I mean? Where you dishing the ball off, or you gonna pull it and run it. And we seen that DB come up and he made a 3-step move on him and he was out of there. And he pulled out for the race, bro.
No catching. Yeah, and that's what I told you about it. I haven't seen this much hype about a backup player in forever. It has to be, but I mean, he is definitely the real deal. He came in, and as you get when the program, when your starting quarterback goes down and you have a backup like that, man, that is so amazing just to have in college football. One of our coaches used to always say, which is true, you're only as good as your backup. So if you can lose a starter and your backup comes into play like that, I mean, it's the ceiling. Your program can reach major heights at that point in time. So, and he definitely did that. Archie Manning is the real deal. I don't know how long Quinn Ewers is going to be out at this point in time, but
he's game to game. He's week
yeah,
by week.
he better be. And like I said, it's crazy because he's a starter. He's a Heisman hopeful at this point in time. But man, to have Archie Manning behind you.
Yeah. I say this, man. So the big reason why, obviously, the reason why Arch Manning got so much, you know what I mean, behind him, so much media blast. One, obviously he's a great quarterback. And people have been following him since high school, you know what I mean? And then also your name is Manning. So you got all these things and also he really should have he really could have went to the transfer portal and gone to any school right now and be starting. But he did. I think the business decision is I'm still getting NIL money. It's in Texas, so it's going to be a lot more than most schools. Hey, and also you're in the right system with Sarkisian. I trust
Mhm.
Sarkisian. If you're getting recruited to be an offensive player under Sarkisian, you're that man. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be well taken care of. You're going to be able to put in the right situations. You're not going to like. That's a great offensive coach to be playing for right now.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's a great system to be in, like you said, to be under Sarkisian, who's a mastermind of offense. You're still one of the highest NIL
Yep.
paid players at this point in time, and you're a backup, which is crazy as it goes. You are in Texas, where well they say everything is bigger. So I mean,
Remember they
you really in a perfect spot.
there. They giving
Right,
like
right, right. Right. You're in a perfect spot for real.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
there's no need to transfer or go anywhere else. I wouldn't.
Nah,
Not at all.
you in a good situation.
Yeah,
I
you better watch that transfer. Everybody, because it can backfire. Alabama, we had a player transfer from Alabama with the Florida State.
and then he transferred back, right? Is that the one that transferred?
No, he's still there. No, not
Yeah,
him. That was a
it was
line.
that
That was a
transferred.
line.
It was a
Yeah,
line. Yeah.
yeah. He
He
went to
said,
that
nah,
was with country,
hell no.
Nebraska.
I got to get back. I got to get
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. He better have came back. Yeah. No, the one in Florida State, he stuck there.
yeah.
And you see how that's working. At
Yep. Yep. I mean, as everybody know, Arch man, he'd go anywhere and start right now. You know what I mean? Hey, I would love for you to come to Arch. That'd be, hey, I love it. But I mean, what you're in the right system, man. You're in the right situation. And Texas, we said it before the season started. I told you I'm very nervous about Texas. I think you said too, man. Like, hey, I'm a little nervous about Texas, man. And they're showing that even though they play University of Texas San Antonio, then this coming up week they got University of Louisiana Monroe. Um, After that, they got Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky, Texas A&M. So they SEC schedule ain't
man, it
based
ain't.
on it's very doable. It ain't
It
that
is.
bad. Yeah.
It is. It's watered down
Yeah,
for real.
because they ain't got Missouri, they ain't got Tennessee, they don't have Alabama, um, they ain't got Auburn. I mean, they got
Man,
Georgia, Oklahoma. We gonna see what Oklahoma is right now. If they really, you know what I mean, game chamber or they pretenders. We're gonna see about Kentucky, you know what I mean? Because Kentucky, they gave like they gave Georgia hell, you know what I mean? So we're gonna see what they look like in it. So they SEC schedule ain't that bad.
it
Um,
really ain't. It really ain't at all.
it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. Based upon what we got now. And I think right now them playing University of Louisiana Monroe next week. I'm a little nervous for Mississippi State that following week because now you gave if Arch Manning is playing that game, then he mess around and play Mississippi State. You giving this man more and more confidence off getting high. He gonna
Mhm.
go in that point, just go berserk, man.
Yeah, because they're not gonna play. They're not gonna play Ewers if he's day to day and it gets to the game time like Thursday, Friday. You still day to day. There's
They
no
ain't gonna
need
play.
to play him. No,
Nah,
you
they don't
just
play.
stay out. You might as well. I mean, it's the best situation to do. Like I said, plus you have Archie as a backup at this point in time. So,
Yep. Yep.
but yeah, in the same time, in the meantime, in between time, Archie's gonna be picking up steam. His name, his rep, his play.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Exactly. Uh, Also, man, it's a big game that's coming up, man. Um, and this game right here, I think it might solidify Michigan and their decision on their head coach, their current head coach, which is still not under a head coach contract right now. It's they playing USC.
This week.
Yep.
Yep, yep. That's gonna be
That
one.
that's gonna be a game that you might not be the guy. Uh, I personally think so. I really do personally think that, man. So yeah, bro, that's kind of how I look at it, man. But hey, that switch gear right back to the NFL, man. Based upon like all these injuries that's happening so early in the season, man. You got Deebo Samuel's out, you know what I mean? Cooper Kupp, uh, Pacheco, and those are significant superstars for those teams. Um, Cooper Kupp, man, that kind of surprised me. I think he's going on IR because his ankle, man. He's been injured ever since that Super Bowl run, man. And I think he was injured at Super Bowl when that year they won the Super Bowl too. I think he had some injuries. But since that time period, he has had multiple injuries and significant amount of time missed because of injuries after the Super Bowl run.
Yeah, he really hasn't he bounced back 100%. Well, it doesn't seem like it, at this point in time. But yeah, he is out. I don't know how long they said he was out for.
I think he's going on IR, man.
Oh, so he's 4 weeks at least.
Yeah. If I were,
I think it said 6 to 8 weeks actually. Yeah,
it's an ankle injury, man. I'm pulling it up now, man.
That's gonna be tough. They're gonna need him definitely moving forward.
Oh, they said he could. They said he expected to be out an extended amount of time and could end up on IR. He's getting banged up to play that. I don't know, man. I mean, that's tough. That's tough.
It is. But I mean, you got to get back healthy, man. Definitely with an ankle in football. Yeah. You can't just peruse around on the bad ankle.
Not especially at the position he played. That he expected to make cuts and double moves and whatever comeback route. That's all explosion off your legs and your ankles. Your ankles ain't right. Hey, you ain't gonna be able to explode. You ain't gonna be able to. Now them cornerbacks really gonna be able to jump everything you're doing.
You got to get healthy. You got to get healthy. Yeah, they're gonna miss him just like the Chiefs are gonna miss Pacheco.
Yeah,
that's a major piece. That's a major piece to that.
And they already calling that one be 6 to 8 weeks.
Right. So that's fibula. So, I think they're tore fibula.
They got him out. I didn't put it on the ticker down there, but they got him out, Pacheco out. Man, Hollywood Brown is out too for a shoulder injury. They think he might be the season end because he's got to have shoulder surgery. So that's another weapon that's taken away from him. So I say this because Stephen A said, and it was very, very accurate what he said yesterday on First Take. He said something. He said, man, hey, you got some ballers, man, with the Chiefs, man. And Travis Kelce, bro, in the last 2 weeks, he hasn't really done too much. They seeing more shots of Taylor Swift than they are seeing with Travis Kelce. I mean, and to be honest with you, he's right. But I say this, every year, the Chiefs start out like this. That's what made me nervous about them in the postseason. They start off with a little bit of injuries here and there. They don't really be clicking fully, but they clicking and making these things happen even with these injuries. But Pacheco, that's a big injury because he ran hard, bro. And he's a real good running back.
Yeah. And one thing, I hope the injury doesn't limit him because, when you see some players come back from certain injuries, they don't run as hard. They don't, you don't see that much.
Feel that confidence back.
Intensity into it. Right. Exactly. So I hope he doesn't lose his edge, basically what I'm saying. When he does come back, because that is a big part of his game, and I think everybody loves that about him. How hard he goes in the paint.
Yeah. Also, man, and Deebo, the hamstring injury, they should be glad they got Ayuk back. You know what I mean? Because if they went down and they don't have Ayuk and they don't have CMC right now, that's a problem. It's a problem right now. You don't got Deebo and CMC. Now imagine if Ayuk would have got traded for real.
Yeah, you definitely would have been up creek without a paddle.
Yep, 100%, 100%. And also, Deebo always have some injuries too, which I know the NFL, everybody have injuries. Everybody's nicked up, but he always every year he has some injuries that put him out some games.
Yeah. I mean, he carries a lot, heavy is his load, definitely. I mean, those injuries, I can definitely see why he accrues those injuries, the most that he does do. I mean, they cut back on his workload. So he hasn't been doing the most as usually that he's done in past years. So hopefully that'll contribute to him getting, healthy sooner. But I mean, that's definitely a big piece to have out. All those are big pieces to have out on those
Yeah,
teams because they are definitely they play a major role on their team offense.
yeah, they do, man. And also, with Tua, as of right now, as of what's the day? Tuesday, September 17th. They're not putting him on IR. He said he's not retiring. But also the Dolphins are signing Huntley, pick
Right.
him up.
From the
Um,
Ravens.
no, I mean he's not. Is he? Yeah, he is back on the Ravens. Is he?
Yeah, he was on your practice squad.
Yeah, because so we picked him up right before the season started because during the preseason he was with the Ravens, and then they picked him back up. He went to the waiver wire, then they picked him back up. So that's the reason I was confused who he's with right now. But all that to say, they signed a Huntley. Um, let's talk about the future of the Miami Dolphins in this quarterback position, bro. And I called you. What was it? Saturday? I said or Friday night. I said, Mark. I said I think about something, bro. With Tua situation, I wouldn't be surprised if Shador Sanders end up with Miami, end up like getting drafted by Miami. So
Definitely
let's talk
could.
about the Dolphins, man. Like with the quarterback situation, what do you foresee them? Like, I mean, hard. We ain't know. We know. What I mean, we ain't know. We can't read the future, but just kind of look at the moves that if you was in a situation, if you was with the Miami Dolphin leadership to make changes, make moves, make trades, make draft picks, how would you approach the upcoming year with what you know right now and what Tua's been dealing with and this last injury that he had?
I mean, you definitely have to make sure that you have a backup quarterback in play, one who's valuable, who can play the game, and
Yeah,
who can pick up where the team is left off. I mean, just like we were just talking about Quinn Ewers and Archie Manning.
yeah,
You want to have a quarterback like that. You might have to go into the draft to get that type of quarterback, or find one at this point in time. I don't know. I mean, if you because they just signed Tua to a big contract. So, and I know a rookie deal is not going to be that expensive to a program. So they definitely could go into the draft
I have
high
to draft.
early round, right,
Yeah,
and pick up a quarterback definitely, or go get a seasoned veteran. Either
yeah.
or. I mean, those would definitely be two
Better gonna
options.
cost you more. The season better gonna cost you more, like you
Mhm.
said, because that cat. I don't know what the situations is. I think no matter what, because the injury clause, he's going to get $127 million. So whoever Tua agent is did a great job negotiating that contract because he
Right.
put that injury clause in there, knowing about the concussion piece, and he's going to get over $100 million. So great job on the negotiation of that contract. But you're gonna have to pick up something from the draft, like the Texas quarterback. Um,
hmm
he gonna come out this coming up year. There's no way he's gonna stay this year. So
Yeah, but
he's gonna.
my thing is that right, they do need a quarterback, and the reason I said a seasoned vet because Miami's at the point right now they're trying to win right now.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
kind of how the Rams were when they won the Super Bowl that year. They had veteran pieces to get them to the Super Bowl and win it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Necessarily might not have that with a rookie quarterback, coming in trying to,
But
take their team to a playoff or a Super Bowl win at that point in time. So that would be my reason why I see that they would get a seasoned veteran
I
over
got,
a draft pick.
I got you. But I say this, Mark. You know what I mean? And I agree with you on that, 100%. I agree with you on that. I say this: by them drafting it, and they're going to have a decent record, so they're not going to be the first draft pick. They might not be in the top
Right,
10. I don't see.
right, right.
So,
No,
so
it's
they
real. That's true.
they not so when they get a rookie quarterback, if you get the right rookie quarterback, uh, they're not going to be in a situation like Bryce Young is right now,
Right,
being number one, and you got nothing around you. Because what I always say about being a number one draft pick, you're going to a bad situation already. And Bryce
right.
Young learned that firsthand. He's in a bad situation, and he can't get out. He's too early for him to get out. He's got to at least spend one, unless somebody make a drastic trade for Bryce Young, he's stuck there for another year at the minimum. He got to do at least 3 years. there.
That could be the Miami option, Bryce Young, because that's a perfect situation. That's a perfect situation, actually.
Who would they give up? Because they got to give up something though.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers are going. They're going to
I
want
would have give up. They'll take anything. They might take like give me all y'all janitors over here, and we'll take
Everybody who can mop the floor, just send them to we give to. No, but that that's my crazy. That is a great thing though. I think that will work out.
I didn't think about that. That's a great. Mm-hmm. That's a great. I didn't think about that.
That will work out. That will work out for the Dolphins, and they
gonna do it this year, but that'll be an all season move, and that's going to be a long negotiation to figure out what you want to give up. You know what I mean? All this type of stuff. So that because, bro, I don't know what you almost just got to give up draft picks for that.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a problem though, because if you get Bryce Young, that's a season. I mean, not necessarily a veteran season, but he's a top tier quarterback though. And they can play that position.
How many Alabama players y'all got? How many Alabama players is on that starting offense?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that he already has. You know what I'm saying? That rhythm with where he knows how to throw them the ball and with the placement.
Oh, was he with Waddle? Was he?
Yeah, so it's like a perfect fit.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I say between that, and you got to balance out the draft pick. I think if you draft the right quarterback, and I just put these two kind of at the top of my list because I think those are two top quarterbacks that are going to get drafted this year. Is Shador and the Texas quarterback.
Shador, Quinn Ewers, and I say Cam Moore out of Miami.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nah.
And Cam
that man got to move. Hey, that man ain't got to move. He already in Miami. I ain't think about that one. I forgot he was eligible.
And then one thing about Cam Ward, he's like a 5th year senior. He's been playing the game a long time, so he's smart.
And he's so smart, and it's almost gonna be frustrating because it's like he played the game so I'm gonna say nonchalant because that's the wrong word to be talking about with football. We usually put nonchalant as a lazy player, but he plays it where the game has slowed down to him, and you can tell he don't get overhyped about it. It's like, all right, next play, that's right, that's rolling, bro. I already know what's about to happen. You know what I mean? I already see the defense they throwing at me. Like he's not sweating. He's not nervous. Like everything has slowed down. It's so calm to him.
Right, and that's a great thing when people say that the game is slowed down. That means you see everything that's coming. You're reading the defense. You're peripheral. You see basically anything and everything, and you understand what's going on, and you know what plays to make. So yeah, that could definitely be another great situation. Hey man, if they have a round table like we're having, I mean they have some issues in front of them or some things in front of them that they can definitely put on the table and see which one might work.
100%, man, 100%, bro, 100%, man.
Hey man, what you so did you see what Jamar Chase is going on with the Bengals and his contract? And everything.
I see that they negotiating contract, so he took out insurance policy of $50 million for any injuries or whatever, which is very smart. I wonder how much that insurance policy is per month because you pay into it. But
that's crazy though because he said that he's saying that they misled him basically in talks. Everybody knows.
I think he's gonna be out there after this year.
I was just about to say, everybody knows the Bengals are cheap when it comes to not paying their players and, and basically just trying to stall them out. And Jamar, I could tell he's been unhappy. He came back and played without a contract signing because he wanted to play. Man, he didn't want to leave his brothers on the field. But then you go and do this now at this point in time. This definitely his last year.
And what's going to mess up the Bengals if he land with a divisional rivalry.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. The Bengals, I guarantee you, the Bengals are going downhill.
I just hope, for the sake of all of us, that he
he
do
goes
not end
to
up
the
with the
Cowboys.
Chiefs. No, that he don't end up with the Chiefs.
And
For
watch,
the,
he'll end up with the Chiefs. He'll end up with the Chiefs or the Eagles. Watch.
for the sake of us, please do not let Jamar Chase end up with the Chiefs. We need to do what was that NBA commissioner name? Not Sid. What was the one before that? One that
David
CP3.
Stern.
David Stern. Hey, bro, you got to put a David Stern move on this. Do not let Jamar Chase end up with the doggone Chiefs, bro. If that happens, bro.
Stop it, man. Yeah, and I think the Chiefs reached. I forgot who it was, but the Chiefs reached out to. I don't know if it was Justin Jefferson.
Yes, they did.
It's
You
like,
don't know.
what are you doing? What are y'all doing?
Hey,
like, how? I don't get it, man.
So that goes to show you, Mark. That goes to show you, Pat Mahomes. You know, like, remember he signed that big deal, but it was like 10 years. It was more cap friendly because he said, I want to make a cap friendly to keep everybody around me. Yeah, I'm gonna get paid, but we're gonna prolong this thing. You know what I mean? We're gonna stretch out the dollars, make everything happen. Let me know what we need to do to keep peace around me. Obviously, and they winning. Same thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback. He always made a cap-friendly deal to keep peace. Why? The highest paid people on the doggone path on the Patriots was offensive linemen and defensive players.
So Big Will Fortney, they was the highest paid in the lineman. Yep.
So when you see all these quarterbacks, you know what I mean? Like, we'll talk about, you know what I mean? Dak Prescott, he wanted $60 million. Why? Okay. Why not make it 50 and keep the pieces around you? Because somebody's about to go.
Right.
Y'all need to add. Y'all not adding the Super Bowl. Y'all not in the divisional. Make it make sense. I ain't saying you got to give people a discount, but you gotta think about it. If you're talking about getting to that, you're gonna get the bag regardless. You in Texas. Right. You don't have no state taxes.
They ain't focused on the right thing.
You're gonna get that, and by being a Cowboy, you're gonna end up on somebody's TV. Look at Tony Romo. So you're gonna make money regardless. Now, are you really in there to win, or are you just in there for bad? If you just saying you just there for the bad, okay, that's fine. But you can't say we try to win and I'm trying to get the bad. You try to be the highest paid player and they don't add up, bro. They don't add up.
Yeah, and we already got a lackluster defense. So you talking about somebody gonna get cut? Watch, it's gonna be DeMarcus Lawrence. I already know it's gonna be our end. Who we need, somebody who we need. We're gonna end up cutting. I can see it happening already. I'm telling you, and that's the truth, man. Because we don't have Dak didn't take the Patrick Mahomes road. It was like, man, yeah, pay me 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pay them boys. You know what I'm saying? So we can keep our pieces who we need at this point now. It's a selfish, and I know you being a player, sometimes you have to be selfish, but not when it comes to getting the money necessarily. You don't have to be selfish that way. Selfish in your play, meaning you know, so you going out there putting your body on the line, and probably not thinking about, long term, selfish in that way, but not selfish as far as getting the bag and taking money out of the mouths of your players who need the money. You know what I'm saying? Needing the money meaning to stay on the team and help contribute.
The days of somebody doing this, and which I'm gonna say what this is Peyton Manning. When he renegotiated his contracts, he always say, "Hey, I always want to get paid less than what Tom Brady's paid." Obviously, that's the respect shown towards Tom Brady greatness. And he was like, "Man, how I'm gonna get paid more than him? He got more rings than me.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and I get your logic, but then also he know like, hey, I'm trying to keep pieces around me.
Right.
I need protection. You know what I mean? You instead of having one Trick Williams on your team, you got at least about 3 on your line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That can
Right.
block. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's gonna make all of us look good. That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
make all of us get to that point. That
Yeah,
so
it's the mentality that you have to have, man, to be
yep,
to even say stuff like that and be in that mindset like Peyton Manning was. No,
yep,
we don't have that, man. We got a person who barely won a playoff game, so we
yep.
can't expect him to be in the mindset of a Peyton Manning.
Nah, man. Nah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, but I mean, like we said, Jamar Chase is out of there after this year, no doubt about
Oh,
it.
he gone.
And
He gone. He
yeah,
gone.
yeah, it's over. They didn't. This was the missing piece. This pissed him off. This pissed
Yep,
him off, and I could tell how he talked. It's over.
yep. Hey man, let's go ahead and let's finish off, man. Let's go back to college football and talk about these rankings, man. Which for years I always say I hate the AP rankings. It A lot of them don't make sense. The coaches ranking, I like the coaches ranking this year better than I like the this week than I like the AP rankings. But the reason I say I want to see if you agree with the top 10. Uh, and the top 10 they have for AP rankings is Texas. I'm going in order from 1 to 10. Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Missouri, Miami, Oregon, and Penn State. Do you agree with that for the AP rankings?
I don't think Penn State should be over USC.
No, you're correct.
No, I
You're
don't. I
correct.
don't think. I don't think Ohio definitely shouldn't be over Alabama at all.
I agree with you on that.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this, and
And I don't
Georgia
think. I don't think Oregon should be over Miami.
Georgia should still be number one. And the reason
Yeah,
why,
because they
because
didn't do anything to lose. You played the SEC school.
yeah,
I mean, you
and
definitely should
Texas
still be
ain't
number
played,
one.
ain't played it yet. They ain't played them
Right.
games yet. Uh,
Right.
Texas is a great team. I think they should be number two, not number one. They shouldn't have jumped leapfrog over Georgia. So I'm gonna read. So I'm gonna read the coaches poll in order from 1 through 10. They got Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Ole Miss, Oregon, Tennessee, Missouri, Penn State, and Utah.
No, Oregon shouldn't be over Tennessee.
Nope.
Utah
They
shouldn't be
should
over
be over
USC.
Missouri. They should be over Missouri
Right.
either.
Right. No.
Um,
That, you know,
I don't know why they so high on Penn State right now. But that's one of them teams they always love to throw up in the top 10 every year.
yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
They always do, man.
Um, I agree with you on that. I agree with you. I could more see the coaches poll than the AP top 25. I mean top 25 poll. Uh,
Mhm.
I, but on the coach poll, I don't agree Utah being over Miami. But like I
No.
said, time gonna tell. Matter of fact, this is about
Right. It
week.
always does.
And when the coaches, let me see something. The playoff, I think that started this week, right? After this week, I think it's week 4 or week 5. I can't remember. I think it's week 4 or week 5 when they started doing the playoff rankings. But it's gonna be completely different than this.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I
Uh,
think is it? It might be like week 6. Huh?
okay.
I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you know what I mean. I like that a little bit better. Um, I like that a little bit better than these. But yeah, man, I just want to see did you agree with any of those? I don't agree. It's Georgia to lose to stay number one. They used to do that with you guys in Alabama. Y'all end up number one, then y'all have a mediocre week, but still win. Then they'll try to knock y'all down to 2. I don't know why they disrespecting Georgia like that. That don't make any sense to me.
Yeah, me neither.
I think the big reason is they don't know how good Kentucky is. That's really what it is. They don't know how good Kentucky is, but an SEC team playing against an SEC team, everybody know that's a bloodbath right there, regardless.
Right. Either way it goes. So they definitely should have stayed and should have been the top team at this point in time. That shouldn't have changed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Mark, man, hey, man, this is another good episode, man. We're gonna get ready for, football starting Thursday. We got college Thursday. We got NFL Thursday, man. Bro, it's gonna be great, man. I love this time of year, man. I love this time of year, bro, because we almost get 5 straight days of football from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You only got Tuesday and Wednesday. Ain't no football games going on. And then also, this coming up week, who's the Thursday matchup this week? Actually, it's going for NFL, it's New England against New York.
Yeah, it's a good game.
That's actually a pretty good game because New England is their defense is looking right, man. Mayo got that looking good, bro. More than what people thought it was.
He do. He really does.
Headlines or nothing. They just kind of just gonna stay the course, trust the process, and play ball, man. And they doing that. They really doing.
We're gonna see what the Jets do. The Jets look like their team is molding together too. So it should be a good game.
It's gonna be a good game, man. That's gonna be a real good game, man. But Mark, man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you close it out, bro. Hey, I want to say thank you to everyone that's been tuning our channel, supporting our channel, our YouTube channel, man. Like we've been jumping leaps and bounds these last 6 months, 7 months. We over 4,000 subscribers. So please keep subscribing to our channel. Friends, subscribe to our channels. We keep putting more content out there. Mark, bro, I'm gonna pass it off to you, man.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate everybody coming back and listening to us. Definitely continue to come back. Pass the message on to your friends and family. Shout out to Asia Wilson. Scored 1,000 points in a single season. She's breaking records and doing her thing. She'll definitely get the MVP this year. Caitlin Clark will definitely get the rookie MVP this year. We're getting down to the last couple games, 2, 4. The playoffs should start in 8 days, I believe. 8 more basketball days with the WNBA. We're getting down to the playoffs for the MLB too. It's getting close. Come on, Braves. We fighting for the last spot.
We gotta talk about baseball our next episode, man.
Man. We fighting for the last spot with the Mets. So man, hopefully we get in there. We should. But yeah, man, like I say, definitely a lot of football, a lot of baseball, a lot of sports to be talked about, man. So we definitely appreciate everybody though.
Man, hey, thank y'all for supporting. Y'all have a blessed day.
Great day.